Hey, Stephanie here, and I am makeup free again because you can see I've still got all the blemishes, the damage on my face right now. And today's video, I'm shooting this raw in this way because I'm being very candid about the progression of this, whatever this is on my face. And I say that because I shot another video a week ago where I had my diagnosis of shingles and what that was doing for me. Well, yesterday I was day 15 into the first initial outbreak. I was having some qualms because all the research that I had done, and I'm no doctor, I'm no nurse, however, I can Google with the best of them. And so the things that I was finding out about shingles did not line up so much, like in all respects, with what was happening on my face. Especially the fact that they say shingles, like you could draw a line down your body and shingles would appear on one side or the other. It doesn't spread. I think that's really bizarre. But that's like a presentation sign of shingles. Well, as you can see, I've got it happening in different areas all around my face. It's continuing to grow. Thus, I got a second opinion. That second opinion, the doctor heard me out more. He was more willing to hear all my symptoms and what was going on. But he also was very upfront in the very beginning and going, this is not shingles. What? And so y'all, I'm being very open about this misdiagnosis and how it's presenting now, what's going on. I'm in stain where it's very red. You can see it's very red. It's got a lot of drama. I got a lot of mind drama too. And I'm experiencing a lot. And so the new doctor yesterday says, I'm giving you an antibiotic. You're going on this for 48 hours. If you don't see a noticeable difference, you need to get back in to see a doctor again and get test swabs of it and see what's going on, because this is not shingles. This is he had a big name for it, but essentially it's bacteria that is eating and attacking my face. Ugh, gross. Okay, so I cleared the air on that, but what I want to also tell you in a very raw and open way is that the insight that I have when I'm not in my head about all the mind drama about what this is doing, I realized I learned 4 things out of this misdiagnosis that not only apply to what's going on here, but apply to you, apply to me, apply to all of us who are trying to launch a new business idea, who are doing something different than we've done in the past. And so these 4 things are ways that you might be misdiagnosing something for you. So let's talk about it. Let me first go through the 4 things that I identified from this episode, all of this right here, and these insights that I've had coming out of this misdiagnosis. So 1, the misdiagnosis has caused me more pain. It is what it is, but I'm accepting that because I thought it was shingles and I thought I just had to live through it for a few weeks of the pain. But knowing now that it's not, come on, let's get it gone and let's get rid of it. And 2, the misdiagnosis has had me doing all these things, like taking an antiviral and doing treatments and doing other things to treat shingles, but it was not working. It was still spreading because I was doing the wrong action for the wrong purpose. Do you see that? If I would have known what it was correctly, then I could have taken the right medicine and done the right treatments to get it to go away. So that's number 2. I was doing the wrong action steps, moving towards something. So I felt productive. I felt like I was doing stuff, but it's the wrong stuff. And are you seeing these correlations already coming up as far as your business? Thirdly, what was going on? So it's causing more pain. It was causing me to do action that was not in the right course. Thus, it was taking longer. And I was feeling out of alignment. And 4, it was crushing my spirit. Because I felt out of alignment, because things felt challenging, because it wasn't going away the way that I thought it should, hoo-wee, right? Lots of mind drama. I'm having lots of thoughts about, what if this would have been gone already? And since it's not gone, since it's still doing the damage in my face, in ways I can't even see underneath my skin, is there going to be lingering damage, right? And I start to go there and I start to spiral out of control, and I'm having to work to bring my mind back and clear my space so that I can still be productive in other ways. So when you take these 4 things and then you apply them to business. Now, I personally can think of times when I have done this. I've misdiagnosed something. I have tried to go down a certain path, looking for that initially. I remember so many times in my early 20s. So I was like, okay, let me jump into this. Let me jump into that. I like it. But I was always chasing the money. And so I was misaligned with what I could do best. If I would have tapped into myself instead of trying to be like somebody else, trying to follow somebody else's business model, I'm not saying that that's not right for everybody, but for me, what I was doing is I was trying to push things that weren't right. I mean, one time in college, I signed up because I loved all the money. It sounded really lucrative to sell knives. And yeah, they're expensive knives. And now, like at the age that I am, I have a set in my kitchen and I appreciate them and enjoy them. But I wasn't using them as a 20-year-old in college. I didn't understand it. It wasn't lined up with who I was as a person, so I couldn't sell it. And I didn't get my target audience. I wasn't in their lifestyle to understand why they needed to have these expensive knives in their kitchen. Like, do you see what I mean? We can misdiagnose by misaligning ourselves in certain ways. We could be doing certain actions that don't line up with what we need to be doing. And thus we misdiagnose the course of action we should be taking on our business. Coached a client recently, and she was like, okay, here's what I have to do. And she was talking about Facebook Lives, and like she's all having it planned out. And she was doing it because the great Amy Porterfield, and I love and admire Amy Porterfield, but she saw how Amy Porterfield was doing it, and she wanted to be able to replicate that. And then like she had all this evidence in her mind of like so-and-so and so-and-so, all these other people also do Facebook Lives. Thus, if she's going to be successful, she must do Facebook Lives. But the problem was she wasn't aligned with what she enjoyed doing. The pressure of being live, unscripted, like was driving her crazy. The thought of being on camera bothered her a lot. And so she had to really work through that to see, hey, is it possible in all of existence has somebody else ever built their business without Facebook Lives? And she was like, well, yeah, and we all can see that because Facebook Lives have not always been around, right? However, she had gotten herself caught up in this cycle of thinking that was where she needed to go. So wrong actions, right? It was a good tactic, a good idea, but not for her, not where she's at currently in her business. And so what you need to do is take a look at where you might be misdiagnosing your action steps. You might be misdiagnosing your prescription for success. And thus, you might be making things more challenging on yourself. You might be straining your spirit and your attitude and your abilities to get out there and to do what you need to be doing on your business because you're so caught up trying to be like somebody else, to emulate somebody else's business or what other strategy or tactic they're doing. There are so many things. I've been in marketing for 19 years. The opportunities, the way to put yourself out there and connect with your target audience are really endless. And you can mix and match tactics to make it work for you. So why do you feel that you need to do exactly what somebody else is doing and mimic them directly? So learn from me, learn from the insights of my misdiagnosis, see how there might be a misdiagnosis in what you're doing if it feels out of alignment, if it feels like you keep doing things and nothing's happening. Okay? Now don't buy off that things aren't happening as fast as you want them to. Some things take time, right? Some things are in the long game. So there is a difference there. Don't try and play on my words and mix it up to get out of doing the hard stuff. Because in the hard stuff we grow. I'm all for doing the hard stuff. I was all in and being totally committed to following the guidelines on shingles. Problem was, apparently I don't have them. So make sure you're in alignment with what you are doing so you don't misdiagnose the path for your success.